YouTube. Welcome to Cross Politic. Pastor Jared Longshore, Chalk Knocks on the Water Boy.
What's up?
Pastor Toby's still on vacation. He's playing hooky. It's a good hooky.
Woo! Feel that.
Yeah, he needs to feel that hooky. and then he leaves us like in another week again, like at the end of June. But that's all right.
So nasty.
I might be.
I need to write some of this.
Write some of this.
I need to write something to this.
Put some lyric on it. I'll take it. I'll take it from you. Yeah. If you guys haven't been following, you haven't, because we haven't brought this up yet, and you only listen to us as your only sole news source. What's going on? Sorry.
Only news source with a soul.
Sorry. There you go.
I like that.
Joe Biden's administration thinks oil companies need to be more patriotic.
We see it as a patriotic duty, as we've talked about. There's war happening right now in Ukraine that was caused by Russia, which is why we're seeing these hikes in gas prices. We are calling on them to do the right thing, to be patriots here, and not to use the war as an excuse or as a reason to not put out a production, to not do the capacity that is needed out there, so that the prices can come down.
I think it's a patriotic duty for Joe Biden to stop sanctioning the slaughtering of babies.
Yeah, we can go there.
I'd like to call upon him to do his patriotic duty, to do his part. And if you gave us more citizens, we might be able to drive down the cost of gas.
Oh,
Sans Dimmitt.
What you talking now?
Yeah, maybe he could just do his part. So I'd like to call upon Joe Biden to do his patriotic duty and stop sanctioning the marriage of two men.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Because yet again, we could have more citizens in the nation.
Come on, what else you got to say there, Pat? What else do you want to ask Joe?
We could sing God Bless America. I would ask,
his patriotic duty. Come on. Can I get an amen up in here?
But I need to remind all of us that Joe Biden was actually promising what we have now with the oil industry. Back in his first, I got a clip coming up with him and Trump debating here in Pennsylvania. Roll the clip.
Okay, I have one final question.
Would he close down the oil industry?
It falls.
Would you close down the oil industry?
By the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I would
that's
transition.
a big statement.
Would you?
It is a big statement.
That's a
because
big statement.
I would stop.
Why would you do that?
Because the oil industry pollutes significantly.
I see.
Here's the deal. But
That's
you
a
can't
big
do
statement.
that. Well, if you let me finish the statement, because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time. And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies. He won't give federal subsidies to the gas, to solar and wind.
Yeah.
Why are we giving it to oil industry?
We actually do give it to solar and wind.
We have
that's
one
maybe the
final
biggest
question.
statement in terms of business. That's the biggest statement.
Okay.
Because
We have
basically
one
what he's
final
saying
question,
is he is
Mr.
going to
President.
destroy the oil industry. Will you remember that, Texas? Will you
Okay.
remember that, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma?
Vice President Biden, let me give you 10 seconds to respond, and then
Ohio.
I have to get to the final question. Vice President Biden.
He takes everything out of context, but the point is, look, we have to move toward a net zero emissions. The first place to do that by the year 2035 is in energy production, by 2050 totally.
All right. One
Is he
final
gonna get
question
China
to
to
both
do
of
it?
you. No, we're finished with
Is
this.
he
We
going
have
to
to
get
move
China
on
to
to our
do it?
final question. We have to
I'm
move on
going
to
to
our final
rejoin
question.
Paris Accord and make China abide by what
She has
they
no
agreed to.
control.
All right.
That'll
This
cost you
is
$1
about
trillion.
leadership, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And
She
is about
She has no
leadership.
control. Hey, let me get in there. So Biden says in this clip, actually, I remember watching this debate, and I thought, Biden lost Pennsylvania, saying this alone. He didn't lose Pennsylvania on this debate. But this debate, when he said this exact comment, I was like, he's not going to get Pennsylvania, but because he won Pennsylvania. Anyways,
You better say it. They got the dot on your head.
Yeah, no, they got it. But then actually, this was with the debate with him and Trump. But previously, Biden had already mapped out in the in-house Democratic debates. He had already mapped out what he was going to do with the oil industry.
Number one, no more subsidies for fossil fuel industry. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends.
No more drilling.
Wow.
It's a tyrant.
Yeah.
Like, let people do their jobs. What else are you going to say that we can't do?
Wow.
The CEO.
Can we talk about patriotic duty right now? Like that is.
No more having babies.
Yeah, don't
we're
give them
gonna
any
kill
ideas.
the oil industry, and we're going to kill babies in the womb. That's
so
my
Biden
that's
has
my
been president
plan.
for a year and a half now, and the CEO, I think it was Mobil, Exxon, or Shell. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
ExxonMobil. They actually
ExxonMobil.
came out with a
Yep.
release, a statement, a letter for President Biden. They basically said ExxonMobil has been investigating more than any other company to develop U.S. oil and gas supplies. They've put out more than $50 billion over the past 5 years, resulting in an almost 50% increase in the U.S. production of oil during this period. Globally, we've invested double what we've earned over the past 5 years. That's $118 billion on new oil and gas supplies compared to the net income of $55 billion. Specific to refining capacity in the U.S., we've been investing through the downturn in increased refining capacities to process U.S. light crude by 250,000 barrels per day, the equivalent of adding a new medium-sized refinery. Probably can't add any more refineries because you can't.
No, he admits that they'll never probably add another refinery in the U.S. again.
He actually said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said we kept investing even during the pandemic when we lost more than $20 billion and had to borrow more than $30 billion to maintain investment to increase capacity to be ready for a post-pandemic demand.
Talk about being patriotic.
So right, but here
The government shuts you down, so we're going to borrow money to make sure we can make it through the shutdown.
Right. So we can take care of people. So then he goes on to say, long term, government can promote investment through clear and consistent policy that supports U.S. resource development, such as regular and predictable lease sales, as well as streamlined regulatory approval and support for infrastructure such as
Pipelines. Which is one of the first things in office that Biden shut down was the Keystone Pipeline.
So here's what I said.
Patriotic.
This is what kills me. I started when I saw this article pop up, I was like, what is your patriotic duty? Like, what is your patriotic duty? Here's one thing that is not your patriotic duty. You don't get to talk like a king. If you're a president, you don't get to tell a company how much their materials should cost. You don't get to regulate it. That's what kings do. Kings are the ones who, and we built a country that rejects that idea on the face value of it. Everybody in the press room should have threw a fit and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you, King George? Don't tell us what our patriotic duty is. Here's what my patriotic duty is to love God, protect my country from tyrants like you're acting right now.
Arm up.
Marry a woman, have me some kids, baptize those kids.
We're going there. We're going there.
That is your patriotic duty, is to love your neighbor. And it seems like Exxon, now I know they're a company, but they're creating jobs. They're taking stuff at a loss. They're investing. They're trying to find the magic inside the economy. And a king tyrant is telling them, hey, the blame is your fault. You're the reason why everything's so sky high. Yeah. Hey, everybody, come look at this guy over here. And he's like, wait, if this is my company, you don't get to tell me any of that.
Yeah. No.
And what is patriotic duty anyway? What is that?
And Biden don't know.
Everybody uses it. No. This is a moral issue. Now, if I'm being immoral, then you have something to say to me. But don't use this trope of, it's a patriotic duty. What does that mean? Am I being immoral or not? If I'm not being immoral, then you don't have anything to say to me. If I am being immoral, show me where I'm being immoral at, and then charge me with the crime, and then punish me for that crime. Yeah. But if I'm not being immoral, shut your mouth. And we shouldn't let our new king tyrant talk like that.
Shut your mouth.
What we need to do, we have the primaries coming up, and I think we need to make sure that
primaries just happened. We got November November
elections coming up in November.
Yep.
We need to first, I think we need to do some serious repenting.
Yeah.
Because whenever somebody starts treating you like a kid and a child, you got to start asking, am I acting like a kid or a child?
Yeah. Or do I
deserve to be treated like that? And if
right.
you're not being a responsible man or woman, then that's your fault. So first you repent, and then you get out there and you say, all right, I repented. Now I can take the beam out your own eye. All right. If you're not a Fight Laugh Feast Club member, you should be, because we talked a lot more about the SBC.
That's right.
Some of the dramas in there and where we're broken at and how to get it back right.
And download the app to stream the live show right now for Friday evening.
So they want me to sign off, and I only do it on Friday. So if you're single, get married. And if you're married, have some kids, and you have some kids, go baptize them. Until Monday, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. Go fight, laugh, and feast. which is your patriotic duty. This is Cross Politic.